Have you ever felt like wealth keeps slipping through your fingers? No matter how hard you try, like you're putting in all the effort, working long hours, saving every penny, chasing every opportunity, but somehow that financial breakthrough, that life-changing abundance, still feels just out of reach. What if I told you it's not because you're doing something wrong? What if I told you it's because the universe has a far greater plan for you? Something so incredible it might just blow your mind? Picture this. What if you're not just another person struggling to make it? What if you're a chosen one, someone handpicked by the cosmos to rise into a life of wealth, influence, and impact that most people can only dream of? I know, it sounds like something out of a movie. But stay with me here. Throughout history, ancient mystics, spiritual leaders, and even modern-day visionaries have spoken of chosen ones, individuals destined for greatness, marked by the universe to fulfill a higher purpose. And guess what? Wealth is often a key ingredient in that purpose, not just for personal gain, but to create ripples of change in the world around them. So, how do you know if you're one of them? That's exactly what we're diving into today. In this video, I'm revealing 5 powerful, undeniable signs that confirm you're destined for wealth, cosmic clues the universe has been sending your way, waiting for you to notice. These aren't just random ideas, they're patterns I've seen over and over again in people who've gone on to achieve massive financial success, often after feeling like they were stuck for years. And if even one of these signs resonates with you, it's no coincidence you're here watching this right now. The universe doesn't play games, it brought you here for a reason. So, grab a cup of tea, find a cozy spot, maybe even light a candle to set the vibe, because we're about to embark on a journey that could shift the way you see your financial future forever. Before we dive in, I want you to do me a favor, hit that like button if you've ever felt a strange, unexplainable pull toward financial greatness. It's like a little signal to the universe that you're ready to receive what's coming. And while you're at it, drop a comment below. Have you ever sensed the cosmos guiding you toward wealth? Maybe a dream, a gut feeling, or a moment that felt like more than just luck? I'd love to hear your story. It's amazing to see how many of us are walking this path together. Alright, let's not waste another second, your destiny's waiting. Let's dive into the first sign. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive a little deeper into what it really means to be a chosen one and why wealth plays such a massive role in your cosmic journey. I know some of you might be sitting there thinking, okay, this sounds intriguing, but who exactly are these chosen ones? And why would the universe care about me being rich? Trust me, I've asked those same questions myself. So let's break it down together and really unpack this idea. In spiritual teachings across centuries, think ancient Egyptian mystics scribbling prophecies in sacred temples, indigenous shamans reading the stars under endless skies, or even modern-day visionaries like Carl Jung tapping into the depths of the collective unconscious. The concept of chosen ones keeps showing up like a golden thread woven through time. These aren't just random people picked out of a cosmic lottery, no. Chosen ones are individuals with a unique energetic vibration, a frequency that sets them apart from the crowd. Their souls the universe has marked for a higher purpose. Whether that's to lead communities, inspire millions, heal deep wounds, or create monumental change in the world. As the great philosopher Rumi once said, the universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. And for chosen ones, that includes the seeds of abundance waiting to bloom into something extraordinary. Now, let's talk about why wealth is such a big part of this cosmic equation. For chosen ones, wealth isn't just about accumulating material things like fancy cars, designer clothes, or a sprawling mansion on a hill. Sure, those things can be part of the journey, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying them. But it's so much deeper than that. Wealth, in the eyes of the universe, is a divine resource, a tool meant to fuel that higher purpose. Imagine this: if you're destined to build schools for underprivileged kids, launch a movement that changes lives, or share your creative gifts with the world on a grand scale, you're going to need resources to make that happen. Right, the universe understands this perfectly, and that's why financial abundance often follows chosen ones like a shadow. It's waiting for them to step into alignment with their true calling. As the legendary author Paulo Coelho wrote in The Alchemist, when you possess great treasures within you and try to tell others of them, seldom are you believed, but the universe believes in you. It's already set the stage for your wealth, even if you can't see it yet. But here's the thing, it's not always a straight path to riches. And I'm sure some of you watching can relate to that on a soul deep level. Chosen ones often face tests, challenges, and delays along the way. It's almost like the universe is putting up roadblocks and saying, "Hey, are you really ready to handle this power? Can I trust you with this abundance?" I mean, think about it. How many times have you felt like you were this close to a breakthrough, only for something to come up and set you back? Maybe a deal fell through at the last second, or an unexpected expense drained your savings right when you thought you were getting ahead. I've been there too. I remember years ago when I thought I'd landed my dream opportunity, a project that could have changed everything for me financially. I was so excited, planning out my next steps, only to have it vanish overnight due to circumstances beyond my control. At the time, I was devastated, questioning everything. But looking back, I realized it was a test of resilience, a moment for me to grow into the person I needed to be to handle what was coming next. Because here's the truth, when you pass those tests, when you stay committed and aligned with your true path, the floodgates of abundance open in ways that can feel absolutely miraculous. As Oprah Winfrey once said, the universe has a way of giving you exactly what you need. Not always what you want, at exactly the right time, and for chosen ones, that often means wealth arriving at the perfect moment to propel you forward. I've seen it happen countless times. People who felt stuck for years, decades even, suddenly attracting opportunities, money, and connections out of nowhere, like the universe flipped a switch overnight. I've got friends who went from barely paying rent to closing million-dollar deals. Others who stumbled into unexpected inheritances, scholarships, or partnerships that changed their lives, all because they tapped into their cosmic destiny as chosen ones. One story that always sticks with me is about a woman I met at a spiritual retreat a few years back. She'd spent years struggling, working odd jobs, feeling like she was meant for something bigger but never quite getting there. Then one day, she had a dream, a vivid vision of herself standing on a stage, speaking to thousands, surrounded by wealth and light. She didn't know what it meant at first, but she started trusting her intuition, saying yes to opportunities she'd normally shy away from. Within a year, she'd launched a business that took off like wildfire, and now she's living the exact life she saw in that dream. That's the power of being a chosen one. When you align with your purpose, the universe conspires to bring you the resources to make it happen. So, you might be wondering, okay, that sounds incredible, but how do I know if I'm one of these chosen ones? How do I know if wealth is really part of my path? That's the beautiful part. There are signs, clear and unmistakable signs, that the universe sends to let you know you're on this journey. These aren't just random coincidences or wishful thinking, they're patterns, energetic markers that show up in your life to confirm you're destined for financial greatness. As the ancient Greek poet Pindar famously said, the tide of destiny brings to each their own fortune, and for chosen ones, that fortune often comes with a purpose bigger than themselves. I've narrowed it down to 5 of the most powerful signs to share with you today, signs I've seen in my own life, in the lives of people I've worked with, and even in stories from spiritual communities around the world. These are the clues that have led people to massive success after years of feeling stuck. The markers that show you're on the right path, even if it doesn't always feel like it. So if you've been feeling that pull, that nudge towards something bigger, like maybe wealth isn't just a dream for you, but a birthright, this is where things start to get really exciting. We're about to dive into those 5 signs that confirm you're destined for wealth as a chosen one. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss a single one. So let's keep this energy flowing, stick with me, because we're just getting started. Okay, we've laid the groundwork. So now it's time to get to the good stuff, the 5 signs that confirm you're destined for wealth as a chosen one. These signs aren't just random ideas I pulled out of thin air, they're patterns I've seen in my own life, in the lives of others who've walked this path, and in teachings from spiritual traditions around the world. They're like cosmic breadcrumbs the universe leaves for you to follow, guiding you toward financial abundance and a life of purpose. So, let's dive into each one, unpack what they mean, and see how they might be showing up for you right now. If any of these resonate, don't be surprised, this is the universe speaking directly to you. Let's start with sign number 1. Sign 1, unexplainable attraction to wealth opportunities. The first sign you're destined for wealth as a chosen one is an unexplainable attraction to wealth opportunities. What do I mean by this? Have you ever noticed how you seem to stumble upon opportunities like business ideas, investments, or chance encounters with people who could help you financially when others around you don't? It's like the universe keeps putting these golden tickets in your path, even if you're not actively looking for them. Maybe you're scrolling through social media and suddenly see an ad for a course that feels like it was made for you, or you overhear a conversation about a stock tip that ends up paying off big time. These aren't just coincidences, they're the universe nudging you toward abundance, saying, "Hey, this is for you." I remember a friend of mine who kept running into the same mentor at different events 3 times in 1 month. Each time, they'd talk about entrepreneurship. And eventually, that mentor invested in her startup, which blew up into a 6-figure business within a year. That's the kind of magnetic pull chosen ones often experience. Now, here's the spiritual tie. This attraction isn't random, it's tied to your energetic frequency. As a chosen one, your vibration is naturally tuned to abundance, even if you don't fully realize it yet. Think of it like a radio station. You're dialed into the wealth frequency, and the universe keeps sending signals your way. As the great inventor Nikola Tesla once said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And for chosen ones, this energy pulls opportunities toward you like a magnet. But here's the catch, you have to act on these opportunities, even when they scare you or feel uncertain. The universe doesn't hand you $1 billion on a silver platter, it hands you the keys and says, go unlock the door. So, if you've noticed these moments in your life, random ideas, chance meetings, or gut feelings about financial moves, pay attention. They're not accidents. They're sign number 1 that wealth is part of your destiny. Sign 2, recurring visions of a luxurious future. Moving on to sign number 2, recurring visions of a luxurious future. Do you often daydream or have vivid visions of yourself living a wealthy life, maybe sipping coffee on a yacht, walking through a dream home with marble floors, or traveling the world first class? And I'm not just talking about fleeting thoughts, I mean deep, uncheckable images that feel so real, it's like you're already there. For chosen ones, these aren't just fantasies, they're previews of your destined timeline. I've had this happen myself. Years ago, when I was struggling to make ends meet, I kept seeing this vision of myself speaking on a stage, surrounded by people, with wealth and freedom radiating around me. At the time, it felt impossible, like, yeah, right, me. But fast forward a few years and I'm standing on stages, sharing my story, and living closer to that vision every day. It wasn't just a dream, it was a glimpse of what the universe had in store. There's a spiritual reason behind this. In many traditions, they say the mind is a portal to higher dimensions, where glimpses of your soul's path can slip through. As the mystic poet William Blake once wrote, "What is now proved was once only imagined. Those visions you keep seeing aren't just wishful thinking, they're messages from the universe, showing you what's possible when you align with your purpose as a chosen one." And here's something to think about. Have you ever noticed how these visions come with a feeling of certainty, like you know deep down that this is meant for you? That's your soul recognizing its destiny. So, don't brush off those daydreams or tell yourself they're unrealistic. Write them down. Meditate on them. Feel into them. They're sign number 2 that wealth is calling your name. Sign 3, strong intuition around money decisions. Sign number 3 is all about intuition. You have a strong, almost uncanny intuition around money decisions. Have you ever had a gut feeling about a financial choice, like knowing when to invest, when to save, or when to walk away from a deal and it turned out to be right? Maybe you felt uneasy about a partnership and later found out it would have been a disaster. Or you had a sudden urge to apply for a job and it led to a massive pay raise. This isn't just luck, it's a gift. Chosen ones are often blessed with heightened intuition, especially when it comes to wealth, because the universe uses it as a compass to guide you toward abundance. I've seen this in my own life. I once turned down a gig because something felt off, even though the money was good. A month later, I found out the company went under and never paid anyone. That gut feeling saved me, spiritually speaking. This intuition is your direct line to the universe's wisdom. It's like an inner GPS for your financial path. As Albert Einstein famously said, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. For chosen ones, that sacred gift is amplified. It's how the universe steers you toward opportunities and away from pitfalls. But here's the thing, you have to trust it, even when it doesn't make logical sense. Society often tells us to ignore our instincts and play it safe, but chosen ones thrive when they lean into that inner knowing. So, if you've had those moments where your gut led you to financial wins or saved you from losses, that's sign number 3 that you're destined for wealth. Sign 4, you inspire others to chase financial freedom. Now, sign number 4, you inspire others to chase financial freedom. Even if you're not rich yet, have you noticed how people around you, friends, family, co-workers, often seek your advice about money or feel motivated by your mindset? Maybe they say things like, "You always know how to turn things around," or "I love how do you think about wealth, I want that too." It's like you carry this aura of possibility, even if you're still figuring things out yourself. As a chosen one, you're not just meant to achieve wealth for yourself, you're meant to lead others toward it too. I've had this happen with friends who'd ask me for budgeting tips or manifestation advice, even when I felt like I barely had it together. But looking back, I realized the universe was already using me to plant seeds of abundance in others. There's a deeper spiritual meaning here. Chosen ones are often light workers or way showers, destined to elevate the collective consciousness. As Marianne Williamson beautifully said, "As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same." Your ability to inspire others isn't just a coincidence, it's a sign that wealth is part of your mission. Not just as a personal reward, but as a way to uplift those around you. So, if you've noticed people gravitating toward your energy when it comes to money, or if you feel a deep desire to help others achieve financial freedom, that's sign number 4 that you're on the path to wealth. Sign 5, challenges turn into financial breakthroughs. Finally, sign number 5, challenges somehow turn into financial breakthroughs. Have you ever noticed that when you face money struggles, something unexpected happens to pull you through, almost like a miracle? Maybe you were broke and stressed, then a last-minute job offer came through, or you found money in an old jacket right when you needed it most. For chosen ones, These aren't just flukes, they're orchestrated by the universe. I've had this happen so many times, like once, when I was down to my last dollar. A client I hadn't spoken to in years suddenly reached out with a project that paid triple my usual rate. It felt like the universe had my back. Spiritually, this ties to the idea of divine timing. The universe often tests chosen ones with hardships to prepare them for the wealth they're meant to handle. As the Dalai Lama once said, the purpose of our lives is to be happy. And sometimes the greatest lessons come through difficulty, when you overcome these challenges and still come out on top financially. It's a clear sign you're being guided toward abundance. So, if you've had those moments where the universe seems to swoop in just in time, that's sign number 5. You're destined for wealth. Alright, we've just walked through the 5 signs that confirm you're destined for wealth as a chosen one. And I hope you're feeling as inspired as I am right now. Maybe you recognize yourself in one or all of those signs, and you're starting to see how the universe has been guiding you all along. But here's the thing, recognizing these signs is just the first step. Being a chosen one doesn't mean you sit back and wait for a golden chariot to drop millions in your lap. It means stepping into alignment with your destiny and doing the inner and outer work to make it happen. The universe is ready to meet you halfway, but you've got to show up for the journey. So, in this section, I'm going to share some practical tips to help you align with your wealth destiny and start attracting the abundance you're meant to have. These are things you can start doing today, simple practices that bridge the spiritual and the practical, because that's where the magic happens. Let's dive into these tips, and I'll break them down so you can see exactly how they work and why they're so powerful for chosen ones like you. Tip 1. Meditate on abundance daily. First tip, meditate on abundance daily. Now, I know meditation can sound a bit woo-woo to some people. But hear me out, this isn't just about sitting cross-legged and chanting Om for hours. It's about rewiring your subconscious mind and tuning your energy to the frequency of wealth. As a chosen one, your vibration is already high. But daily meditation helps you amplify that and clear any blocks like self-doubt or fear that might be holding you back. Here's how you can do it. Find a quiet space, even if it's just for 5 minutes a day, and close your eyes. Picture yourself living the wealthy life you've been envisioning. Maybe you're signing a big check to help your family, walking through a dream home, or traveling the world without a care. Feel the emotions of that moment, the joy, the freedom, the gratitude. Let those feelings wash over you like a warm wave. I've been doing this for years. And one time, after a particularly vivid meditation, I got a call the next day about a project that doubled my income for the month. It felt like the universe saying, "Good job, you're in alignment." Spiritually, this practice works because it aligns your energy with the law of attraction. What you focus on expands. As the mystic Neville Goddard once said, imagination creates reality. When you imagine wealth as if it's already yours, you're sending a signal to the universe that you're ready to receive it. So, commit to this daily, even just 5 minutes, and watch how opportunities start flowing in. It's like planting seeds in the cosmic garden of abundance. And trust me, they will grow. Tip 2. Trust and act on your intuition. Second tip, trust and act on your intuition, especially around money decisions. We talked about how chosen ones often have a strong gut feeling about financial moves, like knowing when to invest, save, or take a risk, and this tip is about leaning into that gift even more. The universe speaks to you through your intuition. It's like an inner compass for your wealth destiny. But here's the thing, intuition alone isn't enough. You've got to act on it. I've seen so many people ignore their gut because it didn't make logical sense, like turning down a safe job or saying no to a deal that looked good on paper only to regret it later. I had this happen once with a freelance gig. My gut was screaming no, but the money was tempting. So I said yes. Big mistake, the client was a nightmare. and I ended up losing more than I gained. Since then, I've learned to trust that inner voice. Even when it feels risky, here's how to practice this. Start small. The next time you get a hunch, like a sudden urge to reach out to someone or check out a new opportunity, follow it without overthinking. Journal about what happens afterward to build trust in your intuition over time. Spiritually, this ties to the idea of divine guidance. As the poet Rainer Maria Rilke said, "Perhaps all the dragons in our lives are princesses who are only waiting to see us act just once, with beauty and courage." Your intuition is that princess sits waiting for you to act with courage and claim your wealth. So, don't ignore it. It's a direct line to the universe's plan for your abundance. Tip 3. Declutter your space and energy. Third tip, declutter your space and energy. This one's so simple, but so powerful. Chosen ones thrive in environments that reflect clarity and abundance, because clutter, whether physical or emotional, blocks the flow of wealth. Physically, this means cleaning up your space, your home, your desk, your wallet. Get rid of stuff you don't need. Organize your finances. Even polish your coins to show the universe you respect money. I started doing this a few years back. Every month, I'd declutter one area of my home, and I swear, every time I did, something good happened financially. Once, after clearing out my closet, I got an unexpected refund in the mail the next week. It's like the universe rewards you for creating space. But it's not just physical clutter, emotional clutter matters too. This means letting go of limiting beliefs about money. Like I'll never be rich or money is hard to come by. Replace them with affirmations like I'm a magnet for wealth or abundance flows to me effortlessly. Spiritually, this ties to the principle of energy flow. What's clear and open can receive more. As the Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished when you declutter. You create a calm, open channel for wealth to flow in naturally. So, start small. Pick one corner of your life to clear out and watch how it shifts the energy around you. Tip 4. Surround yourself with abundance-minded people. Fourth tip, and this one's a game changer. Surround yourself with abundance-minded people. Chosen ones are often sensitive to energy, and the people around you can either lift you up or drag you down. If you're constantly around folks who complain about money, fear scarcity, or think wealth is evil, it's going to weigh on your vibration. Instead, seek out friends, mentors, or communities who talk about wealth with excitement, who celebrate big wins, and who believe abundance is possible for everyone. I noticed this in my own life when I started hanging out with entrepreneurs and dreamers instead of skeptics. My mindset shifted, and so did my opportunities. I landed bigger clients, got invited to exclusive events, and even started dreaming bigger myself. Spiritually, this aligns with the idea that you become the sum of the energies you surround yourself with. As Jim Rohn famously said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, choose wisely. Find your tribe of abundance seekers, because they'll reflect the wealth destiny you're meant to embody. It doesn't mean ditching old friends, it means adding new ones who match the vibration you're growing into. Or start by joining online groups, attending workshops, or even just following inspiring people on social media. Their energy will rub off on you, and the universe will take notice. Wow, we've covered so much ground together in this journey, haven't we? Let's take a moment to bring it all together and really solidify what this means for you as a chosen one. We started by exploring the 5 powerful signs that confirm you're destined for wealth, those cosmic breadcrumbs the universe has been leaving for you all along. First, we talked about that unexplainable attraction to wealth opportunities, how they seem to pop up out of nowhere, like the universe is nudging you toward abundance. Then, we dove into those recurring visions of a luxurious future, the ones that feel so vivid, so real, they're like previews of your destined timeline. After that, we explored your strong intuition around money decisions, that inner compass guiding you toward financial wins and away from pitfalls. Then came the fourth sign: how you inspire others to chase financial freedom, even if you're not rich yet, showing you're meant to lead and uplift. And finally, we looked at how challenges turn into financial breakthroughs. Those miraculous moments where the universe swoops in just in time to prove it's got your back. If any of these signs or all of them resonated with you, let me tell you something. It's no accident you're here watching this video. The universe doesn't play games. It brought you here for a reason. To wake you up to the wealth that's waiting for you. But recognizing these signs is just the beginning. And that's why I shared those practical tips to help you align with your wealth destiny. From meditating on abundance daily to trusting your intuition, decluttering your space and energy, and surrounding yourself with abundance-minded people, these are the steps that bridge the spiritual and the practical, the steps that turn your cosmic destiny into a tangible reality. Because here's the truth. Being a chosen one isn't about sitting back and waiting for wealth to drop into your lap. It's about meeting the universe halfway, showing up with intention, faith, and action. As the great philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. You've been chosen." Yes, but now it's up to you to choose yourself, to step into that role fully and claim the abundance that's your birthright. I want you to leave this video with a fire in your heart, knowing deep down that wealth isn't just a distant dream, it's part of your purpose as a chosen one. The universe doesn't choose randomly. You're here because you're meant to rise, to thrive, to create ripples of change with the resources you attract. Maybe that means building a business that transforms lives, supporting your loved ones without worry, or traveling the world to share your light, whatever it looks like for you. Know that it's possible. I've seen it happen time and time again. People who felt stuck for years, who doubted themselves, who thought wealth was for other people, suddenly stepping into their power and watching the floodgates open. One woman I know, after years of financial struggle, started applying these principles we've talked about: meditating, trusting her gut, clearing her space, and within 6 months, she landed a contract that quadrupled her income overnight. That could be you too. The universe is waiting for you to say yes to your destiny, to align with its plan and let abundance flow in ways you never thought possible. So, before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. This journey isn't just about me talking. It's about us connecting as a community of chosen ones. If you've noticed any of these signs in your life, drop a comment below and let me know which one hit home the most. Maybe it's those vivid visions of wealth or those miraculous breakthroughs. Whatever it is, comment "I'm a chosen one" and share your story. I read every single comment, and I'd love to celebrate your journey with you. It's so inspiring to see how many of us are walking this path together, each of us stepping into our unique destinies. And if this video spoke to you, if you're feeling that fire to claim your wealth as a chosen one, do me a favor, hit that like button right now. It's a small gesture, but it sends a signal to the universe that you're ready. And it helps this video reach more people who need to hear this message. While you're at it, if you haven't already, tap that subscribe button and ring the bell. We've got so much more to explore together about unlocking your cosmic destiny, and I don't want you to miss a single thing. Oh, and one last thing, check out the video I've linked in the end screen. It's called "How Chosen Ones Attract Money Like a Magnet," and it dives even deeper into manifesting abundance. It's the perfect next step for anyone who's ready to take their wealth journey to the next level. As we close out, I want to leave you with one final thought from the poet Rumi: "Beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. That field is your wealth destiny, a place where limits dissolve, where abundance flows freely, and where you, as a chosen one, can step into everything you're meant to be." Thank you for joining me on this journey. I believe in you, and I know the universe does too. Let's keep this energy going, and I'll see you in the next video. Chosen one, listen carefully. Your struggle has not gone unnoticed. Every sleepless night, every painful setback, every moment of doubt, it was all seen, all recorded, all accounted for. And now, the message is clear: you have already won. Your victory has been sealed by God Himself. For too long, you have fought battles in silence. You have carried burdens that no one else could see. You've been misunderstood, overlooked, and even betrayed by those who were supposed to stand with you. And yet, you endured. You pressed forward even when the weight was unbearable. But the truth is, you were never fighting alone. God has been walking with you through every storm, every hardship, every dark valley. And while you were busy trying to survive, God was already preparing your victory. The world told you that you had to earn it, that you had to prove yourself worthy, that you had to struggle your way to the top. But here's the truth: the price has already been paid in full. The debt is cleared. The battle is over. But why, then, do so many of God's chosen ones still live as if they are fighting for something they already possess? Why do you still feel stuck in survival mode when you have already been crowned victorious? It's because the enemy doesn't want you to wake up to who you truly are. The moment you realize that your success, your breakthrough, and your elevation have already been secured, the chains will break, fear will dissolve, struggle will end, and you will finally step into the fullness of your destiny. You were not created to live in lack. You were not meant to scrape and beg for what is already yours. You are a child of the Most High. You are chosen. You are anointed. And now, it's time for you to claim the victory that was written in your name before time began. In this message, I am going to reveal to you why the struggles you have faced were never about breaking you. They were about preparing you. I will show you why God's divine plan for you is already unfolding, why everything you lost is about to be restored, and why your suffering was never a punishment, it was a setup for something greater. So stay with me, open your heart, because by the end of this message, you will never see your life the same way again. The war is over. You've already won. And now, it's time to walk boldly into your divine inheritance. For years, you have carried the weight of the struggle on your shoulders. You have been told that success, peace, and blessings only come through hardship and sacrifice. You have fought battles you never should have fought, chasing after things that were already destined to be yours. And yet, no matter how hard you try, it always feels like something is missing, like you're still one step away from true victory. But what if I told you that the victory is already won, that the war is already over, and that you are simply walking in the footsteps of what has already been secured for you? The world has conditioned you to believe that if you're not constantly struggling, constantly grinding, constantly proving yourself, then you don't deserve the reward. But let me ask you this: when did God ever say that your worth was tied to your effort? When did He say that your blessings were something you had to chase? The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. The enemy knows that if he can keep you in a mindset of struggle, he can keep you from stepping into your divine inheritance. He knows that if you believe you always have to work harder, push further, and prove your worth, you will never take hold of the promises God has already given you. He wants you to think that you are still in the wilderness, when in reality, the promised land is already beneath your feet. Think about it: when a child of a king is born, do they have to beg for their inheritance? Do they have to fight to prove that they are worthy of their birthright? No, they are born into it. It is their identity. And as a chosen one, you were born into spiritual royalty. You were set apart before time began. You don't have to strive for favor. You don't have to hustle for blessings. You don't have to seek validation from a world that will never understand who you truly are. You only have to claim what has already been given to you. But here's the problem: the enemy doesn't want you to know that. He wants to keep you trapped in a cycle of frustration, exhaustion, and doubt. He wants to make you believe that if you're not constantly in battle, then you're doing something wrong. But that is a deception. God never called you to live in constant struggle. Yes, there are seasons of testing, seasons of refinement, and moments where faith is required. But God never meant for you to carry the weight of your destiny alone. He never meant for you to live in fear, uncertainty, or lack. Your inheritance was secured before you were even born. Your victory was already written in the heavens. And yet, how many of us continue to chase what is already ours? How many of us wake up each day believing that we still have to prove something to God? That we have to earn His love, His provision, His miracles? Let me tell you something today. You don't have to earn what has already been paid in full. It is finished. John 19:30, when Jesus spoke those words on the cross, He wasn't just talking about salvation, He was talking about the fulfillment of every promise, every blessing, every breakthrough that was meant for you. It was already sealed in the heavens. The contract was signed, the debt was cleared, and the victory was secured. So why do you still live as if you are in bondage? Why do you still walk as if you are defeated? You are not a slave to struggle. You are not a servant begging for scraps. You are a child of God, an heir to the kingdom, and your Father has already declared that you are victorious. But the final step, the only thing left for you to do, is to believe it. You must break free from the illusion that you are still fighting for your place. You are already seated in heavenly places. You are already called, already chosen, already blessed. But until you recognize that truth, you will continue to live as if you are still lost. So today, I am calling you to step into your birthright. Stop striving, stop doubting, stop living in the past as if your future isn't already secured. The moment you shift your mindset from lack to abundance, from struggle to surrender, from doubt to trust, everything will change. God is waiting for you to stop chasing and start receiving. He is waiting for you to stand up, take your rightful place, and walk in the victory that has already been won for you. The doors that seemed locked will suddenly open. The blessings that felt delayed will pour into your life. And you will finally understand you were never meant to struggle for what was always yours. How many times have you felt like you weren't doing enough? Like no matter how much you pray, work, or strive, it's still not enough to get ahead. Maybe you've been carrying the weight of your past, feeling like you still need to make up for old mistakes. Maybe you've been conditioned to believe that blessings are only for those who earn them. But let me tell you this, that is a lie. You see, the enemy wants you to believe that you still have a debt to pay, that you still have to prove your worth to God. But the truth is, your debt was paid in full long before you ever took your first breath. He canceled the record of the charges against us and took it away by nailing it to the cross. Colossians 2:14, when Jesus said, "It is finished," He meant it. Not halfway done, not partially paid, completely finished. The spiritual price for your breakthrough, your healing, your financial provision, your destiny, it was all settled in full. The chains of lack and struggle were broken the moment He declared victory. But here's where many of us get stuck. We keep acting like we still owe something. Think about it like this. Imagine you were drowning in debt, struggling to make ends meet, and someone out of pure love came and paid off every single cent you owed. No conditions, no strings attached, but instead of accepting the gift, you kept living as if you were still in debt. You kept stressing over bills that no longer existed. You kept holding yourself back from opportunities because you believed you were still financially stuck. That's exactly how many chosen ones live their lives. You've been set free. but you're still living like a prisoner. You've been given victory, but you're still walking as if you're in battle. Why? Because the world has trained you to believe that nothing comes without struggle. The enemy doesn't want you to realize that you can walk in power right now, that you don't have to wait for one day to experience the fullness of God's provision. He wants to keep you in survival mode, always chasing, always seeking, never realizing that you are already standing on holy ground. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Psalm 23:1. Not I will lack nothing someday. Not if I work hard enough. I won't lack anything. No, you lack nothing right now. But the key is, you have to believe it and start living accordingly. Look around at your life. What have you been delaying because you think you're not ready? What have you been postponing because you believe you still need to earn your breakthrough? What if I told you that the only thing standing between you and your next level is your mindset? Your finances, already secured. Your purpose, already written. Your destiny, already sealed. But if you keep operating from a place of fear, lack, and self-doubt, you will never step into the abundance that has already been assigned to you. You must renew your mind and let go of the false belief that you are still paying a price that has already been paid. This is why the enemy works so hard to keep chosen ones distracted, confused, and uncertain. He knows that the moment you wake up and realize that you've already won, his control over you is broken forever. He will try to make you feel unworthy. He will try to remind you of your past failures. He will try to convince you that you have to struggle a little longer. But hear me when I say this, the price has already been paid. The time of waiting is over. Right now, you have a choice. You can either continue living as if you still owe something, or you can step into the divine truth that everything you need is already yours. God is not waiting for you to prove yourself, He is waiting for you to believe. Because the moment you shift your perspective, the blessings that have been held back will come rushing in. The doors that seemed impossible to open will swing wide, and you will finally walk in the fullness of the inheritance that was always meant for you. You are not a servant trying to earn favor. You are a child of God, stepping into what has already been given. So now that you understand the price has already been paid, the real question is, why aren't you living in your inheritance? Many chosen ones are still stuck in survival mode because they've been conditioned to believe that blessings must be earned through endless struggle. But let me tell you this, your inheritance is not something you have to fight for. It is something you must step into. Think about a prince or princess born into royalty. The moment they are born, they are already heirs to the throne. They don't have to beg for their position. They don't have to prove themselves worthy. Their birthright has already secured their future. But imagine if that prince or princess refused to claim their throne, instead choosing to live as a commoner, struggling day after day because they didn't believe they were truly royalty. That's exactly what many chosen ones are doing right now. God has already declared you victorious, but if you don't believe it, if you don't claim it, if you don't walk in the authority given to you, then you will continue to live beneath your true calling. Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom. Luke 12:32. Not will give you, not might give you if you work hard enough, has given you. So why are so many of God's chosen ones still struggling financially, emotionally, and spiritually? Because the enemy has convinced them to stay in a mindset of lack rather than step into a mindset of abundance. Breaking free from the scarcity mindset, the biggest weapon the enemy uses against chosen ones is the lie of scarcity. He wants you to believe there isn't enough for you. Your blessings are far away. You have to fight and struggle just to survive. You will always be behind. But let me tell you, this scarcity is an illusion. The moment you shift your mindset, the moment you begin to operate in faith instead of fear, doors will open that you never imagined. Look at the story of the Israelites in the wilderness. God had already promised them the land flowing with milk and honey. Yet many of them doubted and complained. Instead of walking into their inheritance, they wandered in the desert for 40 years, not because God was holding back, but because they refused to believe. Are you still wandering in your own wilderness? How many opportunities have passed you by because you doubted yourself? How many times has God given you the vision, but you hesitated because you didn't feel ready? How long will you allow fear to keep you from your promised land? You are already wealthy, but you must walk in it. Wealth is not just money, it's a state of being. A wealthy person walks differently. They think differently. They expect abundance, and because of that, they attract it. But a person with a poverty mindset will always repel blessings, even when God is trying to give them. It's time to shift from a survival mentality to a kingdom mentality. Stop speaking doubt over your future. Stop believing that success is only for other people. Stop playing small because you're afraid of stepping into your true calling. God has already written your victory. The only thing left for you to do is walk in it. Your faith activates your breakthrough. Your blessings are waiting for you, but they require faith to be unlocked. According to your faith, let it be done to you. Matthew 9:29. This is why so many chosen ones feel stuck. They are waiting for proof before they believe. But that's not how faith works. Faith is stepping forward before you see the evidence. Faith is claiming your breakthrough before it appears. Faith is believing the door will open before you even knock. If you keep waiting for everything to be perfect before you take action, you will stay exactly where you are. God is saying, move and I will provide. Step forward and the way will be made clear. You are not meant to stay stuck. You are not meant to struggle forever. You are destined for greatness, but greatness requires boldness. Are you ready to claim what's already yours? Then it's time to take action. Your inheritance is waiting. Now that you understand your inheritance is already secured, the next step is to fully embody the person God created you to be. This is where many chosen ones struggle, not because they lack faith, but because they hesitate to step into their true power. It's one thing to know that God has already paid the price for your breakthrough. It's another thing to walk boldly in that truth every single day. Many chosen ones hold themselves back because they are afraid of outgrowing their environment. They worry about what others will think. They fear being misunderstood, losing friendships, or stepping into the unknown. But you cannot live in divine abundance while still clinging to the old version of yourself. No one puts new wine into old wineskins. Mark 2:22. If you want to receive new blessings, you must become the person who is ready to receive them. The shift from waiting to walking. Too many chosen ones are still waiting for something to happen. They pray for a breakthrough but hesitate when opportunities arise. They ask God for increase but shrink back when responsibility comes with it. But true abundance requires you to walk in it before you fully see it. You must speak as if you are already victorious. You must act as if you are already successful. You must move as if every door is already open for you. God is not asking you to have everything figured out. He is asking you to trust Him and take the first step. Think about Peter walking on water. The moment he stepped out of the boat, he was defying everything the natural world said was possible. But the second he let fear creep in, he started sinking. The same applies to you. If you keep doubting yourself, if you keep questioning whether you are worthy of your blessings, you will always struggle. But the moment you trust, the moment you step forward with confidence, the supernatural begins to work in your favor. Letting go of the fear of success, one of the biggest things keeping chosen ones from stepping into divine abundance, is the fear of success. Yes, you heard that right. It's not just failure that people fear, it's the responsibility, the visibility, and the expectations that come with success. When God elevates you, things will change. You will no longer fit into the spaces you once did. People will start looking to you as a leader. Some will celebrate you, but others will try to pull you back into the old version of yourself. Are you ready for that? The question isn't whether God wants to bless you, the question is whether you are truly ready to receive it. Are you ready to handle the weight of your calling? Are you ready to lose people who can't handle your growth? Are you ready to break free from the comfort of mediocrity? Because the moment you say yes, things will start shifting fast. Your abundance will be a testimony, chosen ones. Your success is not just for you. Your breakthrough is meant to be a testimony to others. There are people watching you right now who don't even realize what God is about to do in your life. They have doubted you, underestimated you, and even spoken against you. But when they see what God does for you, they will have no choice but to believe. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Psalm 23:5. God is not just going to bless you, He is going to do it publicly. Your story will inspire others to step into their own calling. Your transformation will remind people that God is still working miracles. Your testimony will open doors for others who are still trapped in fear and doubt. So stop questioning whether you are ready. Stop waiting for permission. You have already been chosen. Your victory has already been won. It's time to walk in it. Chosen ones, this is your confirmation. The struggles, the tests, the setbacks, they were never meant to break you. They were designed to prepare you. Every obstacle you've faced, every tear you've shed, and every battle you've fought has led you to this moment. You don't have to keep waiting for a breakthrough, it has already been given to you. God has already paid the price. Your success, your abundance, your divine purpose, it's already yours. But now, the choice is in your hands. Will you step boldly into the life God has prepared for you? Or will you allow fear, doubt, and the opinions of others to hold you back? This is your time to rise. You were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You were set apart for something greater. The world may not have recognized you yet, but heaven already has. You are a child of God, anointed, appointed, and chosen for such a time as this. So walk in faith, speak with authority, move as if every door has already been opened, because in the spiritual realm, it has. Your testimony is being written, and soon, everyone who doubted you will have no choice but to see the undeniable power of God working in your life. Your victory is already won. Now, go claim it. There comes a time when you must rise, not just as the person you've been, but as the royalty God has already declared you to be. You are not ordinary. You are not just another face in the crowd. You have been set apart, chosen before time began, and the world can sense it. That is why your presence alone commands attention, sparks envy, and attracts both admiration and opposition. But here's what many don't realize: the way you respond to the world around you will determine your next level of elevation. People will test you. They will question your authority. Some will try to provoke you, hoping to pull you into their chaos. Others will challenge your worth, not realizing that your value was determined by God before they ever had an opinion about you. The enemy knows he cannot strip you of your divine calling, so he will try to make you doubt it, defend it, or waste energy proving yourself to those who were never meant to see your vision. But royalty does not explain itself. Royalty does not beg to be understood. Royalty walks with confidence, answers with wisdom, and moves with grace. You were called to lead, to stand in divine authority, to be a light in a world full of darkness. And because of that, you must learn the art of responding like a king, like a queen, not out of emotion, not out of insecurity, but out of the unshakable confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are in God. So I ask you, are you ready? Are you prepared to carry yourself in a way that reflects the divine power within you? Because the moment of testing is near. The moment where your reaction could either elevate you or keep you stuck is coming. Stay ready, because your next level is closer than you think. There comes a moment in every chosen one's life when you will be tested not in the way the world expects, but in a manner designed to reveal your true identity. This test will not be about how much you know or how strong you appear to be. It will be about how you carry yourself, how you respond to the trials, and whether you truly understand the divine authority placed upon you. Every king and queen throughout history has faced this moment. It's not when they sit on the throne that their royalty is proven, it's in the trials, in the battles, in the moments when everything and everyone challenges them. True authority is not given, it is revealed, and you, as God's chosen one, are walking through this revelation. The world is watching you, though you may not realize it. They observe how you react to negativity, how you handle setbacks, how you move when pressure surrounds you. They want to see, are you really who you say you are? Do you truly believe in the power God has given you? Or will you fold when the test comes? But understand this, God does not test you to break you. He tests you to elevate you. He wants to see if you can remain poised under pressure, if you can maintain your dignity when you are provoked, if you can hold on to your faith when everything around you seems to be against you. You don't prepare for a battle the day the enemy arrives, you prepare every single day. That is why you must stay ready, because when the moment comes, you won't have time to get ready. You will only have time to respond, and how you respond will determine your next level. The enemy will send people into your life disguised as friends, lovers, mentors, or even family members. They will test your patience, challenge your peace, and provoke you into reacting in ways that are beneath your calling. They will try to pull you into unnecessary battles, hoping to distract you from your purpose. Do not fall into the trap. Instead, move like royalty. Think of a king or queen. Do they engage in petty arguments? Do they seek approval from those who do not understand their worth? Do they defend their position every time someone questions them? No, they sit in their power, unshaken, because they know their position is ordained not by man, but by God, and that is the mindset you must adopt. True power is not loud, it is not reactive, it is steady, unmovable, and undeniable. That is why kings and queens do not respond to every voice. They do not lower themselves to prove anything. They understand that their presence alone speaks louder than any argument ever could. You, too, must learn to embody this truth. This is why you must stay ready, because the moment of your test is coming. The world will challenge you. People will misjudge you. The enemy will try to shake you. But when you stand firm in your divine identity, you win without even having to fight. And here's the secret: God has already declared your victory. You don't have to prove it to anyone. Just walk in it. In a world where everyone is quick to react, quick to defend themselves, and quick to prove their worth, your greatest strength as a chosen one is your ability to remain still, composed, and unshaken. This is not a weakness, it is a demonstration of true power. Because when you know who you are, you don't need validation. When you understand your authority, you don't need to announce it. Your presence alone speaks volumes. But here's the challenge: people will try to pull you into battles that are beneath you. They will question your motives, misunderstand your actions, and even doubt your calling. They will try to provoke a reaction because they cannot comprehend how someone like you carries such peace, such confidence, such divine energy. Do not give them what they seek. A lion does not respond to the bark of a dog. A king does not explain his decisions to every critic. And you, as a chosen one, do not need to lower yourself to meet people at their level of misunderstanding. Instead, you answer like royalty. So how do you do that? How do you carry yourself as royalty when people try to provoke you? Silence is your weapon. Not every situation requires a response. Not every insult, doubt, or challenge needs to be addressed. True power lies in discernment, knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Silence can be louder than words. It forces people to sit with their own doubts and misconceptions rather than receiving an emotional reaction from you. A king or queen does not argue with everyone who misunderstands them. They move forward in purpose, knowing the truth will reveal itself in time. Walk with the confidence of your calling. Chosen ones do not seek approval because they know their value is already determined by God. When you step into a room, your energy shifts the atmosphere. People may not understand it, but they feel it. Some will be drawn to it, and others will be threatened by it. That's not your concern. Your job is to walk in your divine calling, knowing that what God has for you cannot be taken by anyone. Choose your battles wisely. Not every fight is meant for you. Some battles are distractions designed to pull you away from your destiny. When someone challenges you, before you respond, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will this elevate me or drain me? A king does not fight every battle, he fights only the battles that secure his kingdom. You must do the same. Let your results speak for themselves. The most powerful response to doubt, criticism, or resistance is your success. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. Your growth, your transformation, and your elevation will be the answer to every question and every doubt. Keep moving forward. Keep building. Keep growing. Let God's work in your life be your answer. Understand that you are already victorious. The enemy wants you to believe that you need to fight for your destiny. But the truth is, you have already won. The tests, the trials, the doubts, these are not signs that you are losing. They are signs that you are stepping into something greater. When you start facing resistance, it's not because you are weak, it's because you are a threat. The enemy does not attack those who are stagnant. He attacks those who are rising. So stand firm, move like royalty, answer like royalty, and most importantly, trust that God has already secured your victory. Because when you truly embrace this, nothing and no one can shake you. The moment you start walking in your true power, the moment you stop seeking validation from the world and start embracing your divine authority, opposition will come. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But understand this, opposition is not a sign that you are failing. It is confirmation that you are elevating. The enemy only attacks those who are stepping into their God-given destiny. So when the challenges come, when people start questioning you, when they misunderstand your journey, stand firm, because you are not just anybody, you are royalty. 1. The greater the calling, the greater the opposition. Have you ever noticed how the most anointed, the most chosen, the most divinely appointed individuals go through the most intense battles? It's not a coincidence. The enemy is terrified of what you are becoming. He sees the light on you before you even fully recognize it yourself. That is why people suddenly start turning against you. Why old relationships no longer fit. Why certain doors seem harder to open. But here's the secret. What is for you cannot be taken from you. No amount of resistance can block what God has already destined. If anything, the opposition is proof that you are on the right path. 2. Do not react, respond with wisdom. When people attack you, when they slander you, when they try to pull you into drama, understand that your response determines your elevation. A king does not argue with every critic. A queen does not lower herself to meet those who misunderstand her power. You must learn to respond with wisdom, not emotion. If someone questions your growth, stay silent and let time reveal the truth. If someone doubts your calling, remember that they are not the ones who anointed you, God is. If someone tries to pull you into conflict, ask yourself, will this elevate me or drain me? If it drains you, walk away. True power is not in reacting, it is in choosing where to place your energy. 3. Recognizing spiritual warfare. Many of the battles you face are not just physical or emotional, they are spiritual. The enemy will use people, circumstances, and even your own doubts to try and shake your faith. But God has already equipped you with everything you need to overcome. Discernment will reveal who is truly for you and who is secretly working against you. Patience will allow you to see how God is turning every attack into a setup for your victory. Faith will remind you that no matter how hard it gets, you are already victorious. You were not placed here to live in fear. You were not anointed to spend your days fighting meaningless battles. You were chosen to reign, to lead, to walk in divine power. The sooner you recognize this, the sooner you will stop allowing distractions to pull you off course. 4. Own your royalty. Walk in unshakable confidence. Chosen ones, you are not just here to survive, you are here to thrive. Stop seeking approval from those who do not see your worth. Stop trying to convince people who were never meant to understand you. Your destiny is too great to be delayed by small-minded opinions. When opposition comes, walk with your head high. When doubts creep in, remind yourself of who you are. When people question your calling, remember that the only validation you need comes from God. Because at the end of the day, you are royalty, and royalty does not beg to be recognized, it simply reigns. Now that you understand the opposition, the distractions, and the spiritual warfare that come with being chosen, it is time to fully embody your divine authority. You are not placed here to move through life timidly, apologizing for your greatness. You were chosen to walk in power, to lead, to inspire, and to reign in your rightful position. 1. Release the need for external validation. One of the biggest traps for chosen ones is the need for external validation. Many of you have spent your lives waiting for someone to acknowledge your greatness, to confirm your calling, or to tell you that you are worthy. But the truth is, if you are waiting for validation from the world, you will always feel incomplete. A lion does not need a committee to approve its roar. It simply roars because it knows who it is. A king does not ask his subjects for permission to rule. He steps into his authority because it is his divine right. You do not need permission to be powerful. You already are. When you stop seeking validation, you become unstoppable. You no longer wait for approval before making moves. You move in confidence, knowing that God has already approved you. 2. Speak and act like royalty. Power is not just about what you believe, it's about how you carry yourself. The way you speak, the way you walk, the way you handle challenges, these all reflect whether you truly understand your divine identity. Speak with authority. Chosen ones do not shrink themselves to fit into conversations that are beneath them. Walk with purpose. Chosen ones do not wander aimlessly. They step boldly into every room knowing they belong. Make decisions with wisdom. Chosen ones do not react emotionally to every situation. They pause, reflect, and act strategically. You must ask yourself, am I carrying myself as the divine leader I was created to be? If not, it's time to realign. Because when you fully step into your divine power, the world will adjust to you, not the other way around. 3. Protect your energy and your presence. Not everyone deserves access to you. The higher you rise, the more selective you must become. Not everyone can sit at your table. Some people are only in your life to drain you, to distract you, or to slow you down. Not everyone should know your plans. Royalty does not announce every move, they move in silence and let their actions speak. Not everyone can handle your elevation. Some people were comfortable with you when you were struggling, but they cannot handle seeing you walk in power. You must learn to guard your energy the way a king guards his palace. Be mindful of who and what you allow into your space. If something does not align with your divine assignment, let it go. 4. Trust that you were prepared for this moment. You have been through too much to doubt yourself now. Every hardship, every betrayal, every moment of pain was preparing you for this exact moment. The rejection was redirection. You were being pulled away from places that could not contain your greatness. The isolation was preparation. God was developing you in private so you could shine in public. The challenges were training. You had to go through the fire to come out refined, stronger and wiser. Now, the question is, will you fully embrace your divine authority? Or will you let fear hold you back? Because you are no longer in a season of waiting, you are in a season of ruling. 5. The final shift, owning your role as a leader. Chosen ones, you are not just here to exist, you are here to lead. You are here to inspire others, to break generational curses, and to be a beacon of light in a world full of darkness. Step into every room like you belong there. Because you do, make decisions with confidence. Because you are being divinely guided. Know that your presence alone is powerful. Because it is. This is your moment. You were never meant to blend in, you were meant to stand out. You were not created to follow, you were created to lead. You were not put on this earth to be ordinary, you were born extraordinary. So rise, the world is waiting for you to embrace your true power. Chosen ones, this is your time. You have spent too long questioning your worth, doubting your purpose, and seeking approval from a world that was never meant to validate you. But now, the truth is clear, you were chosen, set apart, and crowned before you were even born. The moment you accept this, everything in your life will shift. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. You do not need to chase validation. You do not need to ask for permission to step into your divine power. You already have the authority. And now, it is time to walk in it. Move with confidence, knowing that you are divinely protected. Speak with authority, understanding that your words carry power. Stand firm, because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The battles you have faced were not to break you, but to prepare you. The rejection you endured was not punishment, but redirection. The challenges you overcame were not to weaken you, but to refine you. Now, the world is watching. Will you shrink back, or will you rise? Remember, a king does not beg for his throne. A chosen one does not ask for permission to shine. You were born for this. You have already won. Your victory is already sealed. The only thing left to do is walk in it. So today, make a decision. Stop questioning who you are and start owning it. Because when you do, nothing and no one can stop you. The crown is already on your head, now rule accordingly. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments below. Type "I am chosen" and claim your divine power. And if you're ready to walk boldly in your purpose, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more powerful messages. Your journey has only just begun.